Cbeebies Bedtime Story.
Now, who's the smallest? It's not you. Hello, I'm Sally. I'm trying to line these bears up in order of size. Tiny Ted, you can go to the front of the line. It doesn't matter how big or small you are, everyone can have big adventures. And that's what tonight's bedtime story is all about. It's called The Big Adventure of the Smalls, and it's by Helen Stevens. Paul and Sally Small live at Small Hall. Only Small Hall isn't very small. It's huge. There are clocks as tall as trees and plates as big as wheels. And there's always something special going on. It was an especially special night. It was the night of the Small Hall Grand Ball, and everyone was very busy getting ready. But the only thing that Paul and Sally Small were getting ready for was bed. "Good night, little Smalls," said Mum and Dad. As they lay in the dark, Paul and Sally could hear the first guests arriving. "I want to see," said Sally. They crept to the top of the stairs. Lady Pom-Pom, their dog, came too. Paul held up his teddy, Mr. Puddles, so he could see the party starting downstairs. "He'll fall," warned Sally. But it was too late. Mr. Puddles tumbled through the banisters. "Uh-oh," cried Paul. "What shall we do?" said Sally. "Go, go, go," said Paul. So that's exactly what they did. Whoosh! They slid down the banister and landed bump at the bottom. "Quick," said Sally, "before anybody sees us." They peeked into the party looking for Mr. Puddles. "The suit of armour can be our lookout," said Sally. "Come on." "Can't see Mr. Puddles here," whispered Sally. "Follow me." And they sneaked through the corridor towards a tiny secret door hidden in the wall and up into a secret passageway. It was dark and spooky inside, and Sally shone her torch around. "Uh-oh," said Paul. "It's all right, it's only a dusty old bear," said Sally. "Can't see Mr. Puddles here. Come on." They crawled along the passageway until finally out they popped in the kitchen. Mrs. Goggins, the cook, was just putting something in the oven. "Quick," said Sally, "hide." She lifted the lid of an enormous silver dish. It was full of cakes. Paul and Sally had just hopped in and put a cake in their mouths when the silver dish began to rock and sway. "Uh-oh," said Paul. "Wow," whispered Sally. The waiter lifted the lid of the silver dish and Paul and Sally darted out and disguised themselves as a vase of flowers, then a candelabra. Then, as quick as a flash, they shimmied up the statue to get a proper view. "Whee!" said Paul. "I think Mr. Puddles is this way," shouted Sally. And on the next swing, they climbed down the curtains and hid under the table. And there was Mr. Puddles. "Lady Pom-Pom," Sally said, "give Mr. Puddles back right now." Lady Pom-Pom looked at Paul and Sally, and then she jumped up and dashed away. "It's not funny," said Sally, as they rushed up the stairs. "Give him back." "Uh-oh," said Paul. Sally and Paul followed the messy trail right back into the bedroom. But where was Lady Pom-Pom now? "Drop," ordered Paul, and Mr. Puddles fell into his arms. "Phew," said Sally. "We got him back and nobody even saw." That story was called The Big Adventure of the Smalls. Now I think it's time for you to settle down to sleep and dream about a big adventure of your own. And I'll see you soon for another bedtime story. Night-night.